Let's make apple crisp cupcakes. You're going to need a cake mix. I chose to use yellow, but white will work as well. Or if you want to home make your cake mix, you can do that as well. Powdered sugar, regular sugar, brown sugar, cream cheese, butter, apples of your choice. I'm using Honey Crisp, cornstarch, lemon juice, or you can go ahead and juice it yourself, cinnamon, nutmeg, pure vanilla extract, and I have my cupcake liners in the tin. I have my baking sheet, my sifter, and then of course the cookie scooper to make sure that all the cupcakes are even. So let's get started. Okay, so first we are going to get started on our cupcakes. Again, you can choose to make your own cupcakes, you know, homemade. I'm doing the easy way because we have been cooking Thanksgiving dinner all day and we want to make something easy. So I'm using the Betty Crocker yellow cake mix. You're gonna go by the package directions. So I'm just putting in the cake mix, and then it says 1 cup of water, like that. Boom. It says 3 eggs, so I'm gonna crack those and just put them directly into the cake mix. And if you are not good with cracking eggs and you're afraid of shells going in, then just do it in a separate bowl. Okay, now we just need a 1/2 cup of oil. So we're gonna pour that off of camera real quick. There you go. And 1/2 cup of oil. Now we're going to mix this. I'm sure you don't want to hear that, so I'll let you hear some nice little tunes right now. Okay, now that we have our batter mixed, we are going to start putting our batter into the cupcake tins. I always use a cookie scooper or an ice cream scooper. This one is a cookie scooper, but I always use that to make all of the cupcakes even. So let's get started.
Choose your fighter.
Alright, my cupcakes are all filled. I am about to plop these bad boys in the oven and I'm going to let them brown. And then we are going to start working on our apple pie filling so that once these cupcakes cool, we can go ahead and get them filled. Let's go. We're going to get started on our apple pie filling. So we're going to just chop up our apples. I told you I'm using Honey Crisp apples. So you can use the apple of your choice. It does not even matter how you chop the apples. I'm horrible at chopping apples, but I do it to how I like it. I just take out the core and I leave the skin on. And let me let y'all see. I leave the skin on and I just chop them. Kind of want to go fast. It doesn't matter if they get brown because you're about to cook them. So that's going to brown them anyway. But you just want to get them to a good size. Let it be what it is.
Inspired. Fight.
Alright, so I have all of my apples chopped, guys. I'm going to go ahead and just throw that in the pan. I have it on medium heat. I'm just going to throw what I have in the pan like so. And then we're going to pour a little bit of lemon juice. Literally a little bit, guys. That's enough. And about 2 tablespoons of water. So let's just pour a little bit of that. And we're going to let this saute until they get soft. You want them to get soft, not soggy. You don't want them falling apart. I will show you the consistency once we get there. So let's go. Alright, so we had the apples boiling for about 15 minutes. They are soft enough to the consistency that we want them. So now we are going to add the rest of the ingredients right now. First ingredient is going to be brown sugar. This is 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons, and 3 tablespoons. We may need more depending on the consistency. We're going to throw in a little bit of kosher salt. That's about 1/4 teaspoon. A little bit of nutmeg. And a lot of bit of cinnamon. There goes the cinnamon. We're going to stir that up to make sure it's all incorporated. This is a sweet treat, and I promise you it's going to satisfy that sweet taste or that sweet tooth. So at this point it's about 6 tablespoons of brown sugar. We're not going to add any more until we see it liquefy and see how it tastes, because again I do not use measurements. So we're going to let this liquefy. Alright, so my apple pie filling has thickened. As you can see, the consistency is on point. I chopped it up with a fork just to make it a little bit smaller, because remember guys, it's going inside of a cupcake. So we're going to go ahead and transfer this over into a bowl to let it cool, and then we will start working on our crumble. So guys, I have another cake mix. You can choose to use flour if you want to, but my way of making the crumble is a lot better and a lot more flavorful. I'm just going to pour a little bit of the dry cake mix in there. Ooh, look at that, y'all. Okay, let me stop being extra. But anyway, it's just a little bit of the dry cake mix. We're going to take 2 teaspoons of regular sugar. There we go. Because cake mix is already sweet. Then we're going to take 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. Tablespoons, guys. I did not say teaspoons. 3 tablespoons of brown sugar. There you go. And then we're going to take some sprinkle of ground cinnamon, guys. Ground cinnamon. And we're going to mix that up. Like so. Alright. We are not done. We are about to put in our butter. Everything tastes better with butter. So, I have my butter. It's been sitting out for about maybe an hour. I was just doing other things. So, it's pretty much softened. We're going to put that in there. And then we're just going to smash it. Now, softened butter, not melted, guys. Softened butter will make a crumble. So that's why we make sure that it's softened and not melted. So bear with me while I get everything incorporated. When you are all complete, your crumble should look just like this. Nice and fluffy. All right, quick tip. If you guys are trying to make your crumbles and it doesn't look like this, and it looks more like a dough, just either add more flour or add more cake mix. And the reason why I say either or is because if you're using cake mix in the beginning, just add more cake mix. If you're using flour in the beginning, just add more flour. And then I promise you, it'll come to this consistency. So we're gonna go ahead and just spread it on our non-stick baking sheet. Here we go. We're gonna spread it out. And I have my oven preheating to 350. I want to make sure I get it all spread out. I'm about to pop this in the oven and then we'll get started on our icing. Okay, let's get started on our cream cheese icing. It is cinnamon cream cheese icing. We already have 8 ounces of softened cream cheese and half a cup of softened butter in a separate bowl. We're gonna mix it separately. We have we're gonna do 4 cups of confectioner's powdered sugar, but right now it's only 2 cups in there. So what I'm going to do is pour the 2 cups in there. There we go. Sorry, you might make a mess. And we're going to throw a little bit of cinnamon in there at the same time. I'm using a sifter because I want everything to be incorporated. So we're just going to go ahead and sift, 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 sift. Again, we're using 2 cups of our powdered sugar and cinnamon is all sifted and mixed together, so we're going to set that aside. And we're going to start working on our cream cheese and our butter. Again, it's 8 ounces of cream cheese. That's 1 package. And we have a half a cup of butter. And we have our pure vanilla extract. We're just going to put about a teaspoon in there, like so. And then we are going to mix it until it is all incorporated. And then we'll start incorporating the powdered sugar and cinnamon mixture. Let's go. The first step to everything is to cut holes in each of our cupcakes. So I'm going to show you about 2 of them, and then I'll speed it up and let you see me cut all of the holes out of the cupcake. So this is one of them. I'm just taking a knife, pulling out the inside like so. I'm going to do another one. If it's easier for you to use a spoon, by all means do so. But I'm literally just cutting around in a circular form. Not going too deep. I'm just taking out a little bit so I can fill up the cupcake. Sometimes you might have to take a little bit more stuffing out like I'm doing. Alright, so this is how you do it. Now we're going to take some of our apple pie filling and we're going to place it in each hole. So let's do that. I have filled my icing. I don't even know what this is called, guys. I got it from Michael's. You can get it from Walmart, Michael's, Amazon. It's just to help you ice in all of your like cakes and your bakery items. So I just put my icing in here. My icing is sitting right here, and I'm just going to go ahead and icing all the cupcakes. But first, let me spread them out just a little bit so they're not touching each other. All right, and I'll go ahead and just do the first one. We're going to take our crumble and we're going to just sprinkle some of it on top like that. It doesn't matter if it's perfect or not. Just want to make sure that each cupcake has the desired amount. And there you have it, guys. I have all of my cupcakes plated. I do have more, but I have it plated, ready for all of my family. These cupcakes are so good, so delicious. If you tried this recipe, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And bon appetit.